Hey everyone, Gil Gross here. No Monday match analysis today. I'm on vacation. Hope everyone had a good 4th of July for those who celebrate. But big news yesterday. Somewhat big news, right? David Ferrer and Alexander Zverev are going to do a little 2-week coaching trial to see if that's a partnership that makes sense for both of them. So Zverev has traveled to Monte Carlo, where Zverev resides, and they're going to give it a try for 2 weeks, train together, and see if it works. So, this is all pretty, anything I can say is pretty speculative, but I will say this. Coaching, it's like a diet, right? They say the best diet is the diet that you can follow. So that is to say that whether it be intermittent fasting or ketogenic diet or gluten-free or vegan, man, the diet isn't going to work if you can't follow the diet. And I think when it comes to coaching partnerships, it's all about the buy-in. It's the same thing. I mean, if you are going to be all in and you are going to buy what your coach is selling, that's going to be a relationship that works. That's going to be a partnership that is built for success in the long run. And I think the concern has been that the buy-in hasn't really been there for Alexander Zverev's previous coaching partnership. So if you ask me, is Ferrer and Zverev going to work? Well, that's all about the buy-in. But let me backtrack and let me put some meat on what I just said. Zverev has had 2 high-profile coaches in his career. He started with Juan Ferrero, and they worked with each other for about 8 months. And Zverev had some success under Ferrero, but the way it ended was kind of ugly with Ferrero. And look, I don't really respect this. I think a working partnership should really stay that way, and whatever happens should stay between coach and player. But Ferrero kind of aired out his dirty laundry and said, look, we would spend 3 hours on the practice court, and Zverev could only focus for an hour and a half. There would be stops, there would be frustrations, there would be distractions on the court. So, Ferrero clearly grew frustrated with Zverev's professional conduct, especially in practice sessions. The next stint that Zverev had was with Ivan Lendl. And I believe that was on the heels of Lendl's stint with Andy Murray, a very successful coaching stint with Andy Murray. And that lasted about a year. And Lendl basically said that things, off the court, it wasn't working anymore, and that Zverev was not showing him enough professionalism for him to really respect the working relationship. And then Zverev fired back. I actually think Zverev might have been first here in the war of words, but Zverev said some damning things about Ivan Lendl. Zverev said Lendl was distracted on the practice court, and he was checking his phone and talking about golf and not focused enough on his tennis. So there was, mutual disagreement. But the reality is, you take a step back, both coaching relationships that Zverev has engaged in, other than his father, have ended in, wars of words. And man, that's not great. That doesn't bode well. You don't see that happen to Roger Federer, Andy Murray, or Novak Djokovic, or Rafael Nadal. Hell no. You just don't see it. And, do I want to pin this all on Zverev? No. Again, I said, I don't respect Juan Carlos Ferrero really going public with what he went public with. But now that we have it, man, this doesn't happen to everyone. So, there's a couple things at play here. There's Zverev with a questionable history where coaches split up with Sasha, and they say, man, he wasn't great to work with. He wasn't really 100% professional on and off the court. And then you have the fact that they're doing this on a trial basis. And, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it certainly would suggest that neither of them are all in at the moment. So I'm a little bit skeptical at the long-term prospects of this, but I really hope it works. It's great to see Ferrer is not leaving the game, because I think he's great for the game. And you would think that if Zverev buys in to what Ferrer is selling, you'd have to think that Ferrer is selling a level of hard work and professionalism that Zverev could really use. and it's always stuck with me. I spoke to someone who was a touring professional named Matt Smith, a British player, and what he told me always stuck with me. He said that, you know, his biggest regret in his professional career, and he never really got inside the top like 200 or 300. He said, man, I would get off the court after I played a match and I wouldn't take an ice bath, I wouldn't stretch, I wouldn't take a hot shower. My body broke down after 2 years and I didn't give myself a chance. You know, that's the kind of, there's certain things you do, there's certain things that the consummate professional does, and it's not glamorous, it's not the fun stuff. Recovery, preparation of the body, you know, and how you conduct yourself on the practice court. These things are really important, and David Ferrer was known for his professionalism. He was known for going the extra mile in the workout room, on the practice court. If he had a quick match early rounds in majors, he would actually go for a run after the match. I mean, he would do crazy stuff like that I don't really think Alexander Zverev has incorporated thus far. So I hope it works. It's interesting. I really think that Zverev could probably use someone who could kind of delve into his habits, because it seems like he has some bad habits, and maybe Ferrer could change that. But it's all about Sasha, man. If Zverev doesn't buy in, nothing's going to change. It's all about the buy-in. It's like a diet. The best diet is the one you can follow. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.